Holy Week, when I'm reading texts, getting ready to preach on Good Friday about capital punishment, that there would be people in my state that were assigned the job to sort out all the details of executions for 7 men on the days following Easter. Means that the same liturgy I'm going through this week of remembering that there were soldiers and there were government officials and there were religious leaders who were doing the work necessary to kill Jesus, that the very following week people in my state are actually getting the medicines together, the cocktails together, the equipment together to kill these men. And I'm reminded especially of this incredibly poignant and harmful comparison, I think, but one that has to be named, that Jesus is first brought before the religious authorities, the Jews, and they're not allowed to kill anybody. It's not part of their tradition to be able to do that. So they hand him over to the state, because the state's the organization that has the power over bodies, right? Well, we know that we live in a carceral state that has a lot of power over bodies that it often abuses all over the world, and in our state as well. And if our governor is going to lead in a way that is humane and treats human bodies with the dignity that they deserve, he's going to have to take a different action than the one he's trending towards right now next week. I think he's a good man. I think that many of the people that are in elected offices are good people. What he can't do is what Pilate did. I wash my hands. Right? The crowds want it. And I put my finger in the air and I say, oh, the political wind's going this way, so that's the way I'm going to go. He needs to stand up with moral integrity and commute the sentences of these men. Now, the reason the ELCA has this social statement in place is out of pastoral concern for all the other people affected by such horrible acts as the murder of innocent people. And so one of the reasons that we have this position is because we know that all this does is hurt more people. It hurts the executioners. It hurts the witnesses that are going to have to be there next week to watch those men die. It hurts the people who are preparing the drugs, who are afraid that those men, after they're put to sleep, are still going to be awake and are going to burn inside for 40 or 50 minutes like some men have done when they've been introduced to this same cocktail. I mean, just all the things that are... And finally, and the most important, it has all of us investing all of our energy and our time in these death sentences and focusing on these men who are already in jail, who we could simply leave in jail with life without parole, and we're not giving the same kind of attention that we could to the people that are more widely affected, the families of the victims, the families of the men themselves, all the people that we need to serve in our state so that less people die. Work on education. Work on resources for the mentally ill. Invest all of our energy and our finances into creating the conditions where people don't die, where people don't murder, and just let these men be alive and perhaps be reconciled to God, be transformed, find some new life. And we have testimony from our brothers and sisters in other denominations who have been working directly with the men in these prisons that some of them have reformed their lives, have come to new insights. And who knows, maybe some of the men who haven't will. But if we kill them next week, they will never have a chance to repent. And so we call on Governor Asa Hutchinson and Leslie Rutledge, the Attorney General, to do everything that they can to commute these sentences to life without parole so that they will not have blood on their hands, and so that the world doesn't have to see Arkansas be the state that kills more people than any state in the history of the United States has in the last decades.
Thank you. Thank you for all of our speakers here today. Thank you for all of our clergy and faith leaders, all of our citizens of Arkansas that have come out today to say, no, we say stop. Religious people do not believe in this practice. We know that there is no love in the death penalty. We have a few announcements. We are hosting a rally on Friday at 1:30 right here at the Capitol on the outside steps. That will start at 1:30. We're asking all of you to come out. If you, there's still time to announce it to your Wednesday night Bible studies, any church services that you're having. In the meantime, we need people of faith to be there. We need the governor to know that this is not a practice that we condone. We also have a letter delivery to the Attorney General's office today at 1 p.m. And everyone that would like to participate in that, you can meet at the Tower Building at 1 p.m. We would now allow our press to exit the building that you guys are going to set up in the hallway.
What are we doing in the hallway?
Yeah.
Fixing to go to the governor's office.
Oh, okay.